Hello, welcome to your realigned workout. This is going to be a total body flow. It's going to be Pilates style infused with a little bit of yoga here today. You're going to feel so good after this. We're going to get some nice stretching in, work for that core. The entire body is going to feel so good after this. You don't need any equipment for this, just your mat. And in case you're new here, my name is Deanna. Welcome to my channel, and we have completely rebranded to the Realigned Collective. Here we're going to be focusing on feel-good workouts like Pilates, yoga. There's going to be some strength training, but it'll be kind of like Pilates infused workouts. We'll also be sharing sound healing, guided meditations, as well as healthy recipes to help you reach your goals. Think of this as your complete wellness package. It will have everything that you need from mind, body, soul, everything for you to succeed. I am so glad that you're here, and let's get started. So from here, we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart. So remember, Pilates hip distance is not where the fleshy part of your hips are. It's right where the bony part of your hips are. So usually a little narrower than you think it needs to be. From here, knees and toes straight forward. And we're going to start with a few roll downs just to stretch out our spine and feel really good. So arms by your side, take a big inhale. Imagine a string pulling you up through the crown of your head. Big inhale. Nice long exhale, chin towards your chest, and start rolling it down one bone at a time, letting your arms be heavy, your head be heavy, and getting all the way down, taking a breath or two here at the bottom, letting that crown get even heavier. If there's any wiggles or head nods or anything you need to take down at the bottom, take it. See if gravity can take over a little bit more. And then on your next inhale, prepare your spine. Exhale, scoop your belly in towards your chest and start rolling up one bone at a time. Thinking of keeping your knees right over your ankles, stacking your hips on top of your knees, shoulders on top of hips, and head is the last thing to come up. Take an inhale, see if you can get a little taller this time. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Scoop your belly as you round forward. Let those arms and head hang heavy. All the way down. Taking again another breath or two down here. Wiggle out your hips. Let your arms dangle. Shake out your head a little, whatever feels good. Just do what feels intuitive to you. Take an inhale at the bottom and then again exhale, stacking knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips, and head is the last thing to come up. Two more, just like that. Big inhale. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Really getting some space between each vertebrae of the spine. Allowing this to feel good, starting out nice and slow, waking up that spine. Maybe shake your head, no. Shake it, yes. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, stack it up. Again, using your core here. So scooping your navel in towards your spine. Using those abs to bring you up. Arms still heavy all the way up until you get to the very top. Inhale at the top. Last one, exhale, roll it down. Again, creating space between those vertebrae. Hang out a little longer here at the bottom. And notice here where you have your weight in your feet. Is it a little in your toes? See how that might feel? A little too much back in your heels. I want you to find right in the middle there. See if your head can get a little heavier. Crown of the head reaching down. Maybe your eyes are closed here. Maybe you grab onto opposite elbows. Again, any wiggles that feel good is totally fine here. One more breath, inhaling at the bottom. And then when you're ready, no rush, exhale, you let those arms hang heavy and roll it all the way back up. One bone at a time. And then once you get to the top here, let's roll those shoulders up and back a few times. Good. Bring those shoulders up into the ears, roll them as far back and down as you can. Again, just getting ourselves feeling good before we really get into that movement. Opening up and expanding the chest. One more here. Nice. From here, bring those arms up to the sky. Grab onto your left wrist with your right hand and then reach it up and over. So making sure you're going up first and then over. Trying not to lean your hips out to the side so you're growing tall through those legs. And you should feel a nice stretch through the side body here. Big inhales and exhales. Maybe gazing up to the sky, whatever feels good. Try and relax those shoulders out of your ears. Core still engaged here. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back up through the center and switch hands. So grabbing on to that right wrist and reaching over to the left. Again, thinking up and over instead of just reaching all the way over to the side. Really make that body move with intention here. Shoulders out of those ears. Again, you can gaze up to the sky if that feels good for you. One more breath and then bring it back up. Let those arms come down, maybe another shoulder roll. And we are gonna get into a little bit of footwork. So if you're newer to Pilates, footwork is like squats. It is our traditional Pilates exercise like squats. We're starting in kind of a chair position here with our feet hip distance apart. And our weight are gonna be back in our heels. So from here, arms by your side, engage your core. So knit your rib cage together, waistline pulling in, pull that pelvic floor in and up, palms just facing towards each other. You're gonna sit your hips back as you sweep those arms overhead and then bring it right back up. So you lower it down, sit those hips back and up. Sit those hips back and up. So you want your spine as straight as can be. I don't care how far down you get. I want you to focus more on keeping your back and your core strong here. And this might be a little too intense for some of you for those shoulders. So if overhead doesn't work for you, you can always just go straight in front. That's totally fine as well. We sit at a desk a lot, so I totally get it. So whatever feels good, and if neither of those feels good, hands on your hip is always an option. So you lower it down, right back up. Knees and toes straight forward. Think of that alignment. Knees reaching through the first and second toes. Equal weight between the right and the left leg here. 5, 4. We're gonna go 3 more and then hold it at the bottom for a little bit of pulses. 2 more. And last one, hold it right here. Again, whatever feels good for those arms, make sure the shoulders are away from the ears, weight is in your heels. We're gonna pulse it out for 10, 9, just an inch, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. You thought it was all stretchy today? No, we're getting our work in. So heels are gonna come together, feet are in our Pilates feet. It's like first position in ballet. From here, arms down by your sides. And from here, we're gonna go a little squat again, a little plie squat. So you're gonna bring those arms out to the side. And then as you come up, arms come down. So arms out to the side as you lower and up. Not a huge movement. Keep your heels grounded here. Core is still nice and tight. Imagine you have a corset wrapping from your spine all the way around the front. Make sure you can see your hands in your side view, in your peripheral. And that way you know that they are not too far behind you and you're keeping good alignment through those shoulders. Crown of the head is reaching tall up to the sky. You've got this. Keep those heels grounded. Equal weight in the big toe and pinky toe sides of those feet. We have 5 more. Again, we're going into those pulses. You know I love my pulses. We have 3, 2, last one here. Hold it, arms out, nice and strong, shoulders down, little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Stay integrity with those arms. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Woo. Second position. So feet still in that Pilates V shape. Ooh, knees and toes are turned out. Heels are a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. You're gonna bring those arms out to the side. I like palms facing forward. Now when you lower down, the arms are gonna go overhead like you're hugging the moon, and then come up, arms out to the side. So down, hug the moon, out to the side. So we're getting those shoulders nice and warm here. Not sure if you're feeling it. Again, if any of these arm movements are not working for you today, hands can always go on the hips or wherever is comfortable. Now I want you to focus on those legs. As you're lowering down, those knees are reaching backwards. So you're trying to squeeze the booty cheeks, opening up the knees away from you a little bit more each and every time. Feeling those inner thighs, feeling those glutes. Again, whatever breath feels natural for you, just make sure your ribs are knit together here. So you're really engaging that core, pulling that pelvic floor in and up. We're gonna get those pulses in one last time. You've got this. 3 more. 2 more. And last one, hold it here. Again, shoulders down. Make sure your neck's not tense. Knees reach back. Little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Whoo! Legs are feeling it. All right, from here, I'm gonna come to the back edge of my mat. We're gonna roll it down into a plank. So roll down, walk your hands out into your plank, hold it there for 30 seconds. All right, take a big inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head, core nice and strong, chin towards your chest, roll it down. It should feel really good after that leg work. Maybe take a breath here. And then when you're ready, walk those hands out, find your plank. All right, from here, core pulled in nice and tight, pressing the floor away here. If a full plank today is not working, you can always come down to your knees. Just make sure you're not on your kneecaps. Pressing the floor away, scooping your belly in tight, lengthening through the crown of the head, shoulders plugging down away from your ears, energy through those feet. We're almost there. Big inhale, nice long exhale. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Take a little child's pose. Take a breath here. Whew. All right, you earned a little stretch for those legs after all that footwork. So we're gonna tuck those toes under and find a downward facing dog here. So reaching it back and just taking a nice downward facing dog. If you need to bend those knees today, always an option. Think of reaching the tailbone up to the sky, plugging those shoulders into the sockets, keeping them away from those ears. And just breathe. You can bend one knee at a time, walking out that dog a little. And they should feel really nice, again, after all that leg work. So strong, energetic arms here. Now, holding that downward facing dog, you're gonna bring your right leg up to the sky, bend it, and open up the hip for a nice stretch through the hip flexors. You might feel it in the quadriceps. You might feel it in the side body. But taking this little 3-legged dog variation, opening up through the hip. And if this is not working for you, find that down dog with both feet down. From here, you're gonna bring that knee towards the chest, that right knee. So even if your foot was down, right knee towards the chest, step it all the way through and take a nice lunge stretch. Whoo! And just breathe here, getting a hip flexor stretch. Now through that left leg. All right, we got a little bit more work coming up here. So we are going to go into some lunges here. So right now, the back leg is pretty straight. You're getting that hip flexor stretch. You're gonna get all of your weight into that front leg. And from here, you're gonna step it all the way forward. Whew. All right, we're gonna step it back. You don't need a straight leg on that back leg this time. Just find a lunge and then forward. Find a lunge and forward. So I'm sweeping my arms in front here. Again, you can always do hands on your hips, whatever feels good for you. But we're trying to stabilize that front leg. weight in that heel on that front leg, and getting our heart rate up. Little stretch, little work. The best kind of workouts you can get, in my opinion. You should feel the glutes, the booty, the hamstrings, the quads, inner thighs even, whole thing. And guess what? We are pulsing it out. You know we are. Here we go, 5 more. 4. Stay strong, shoulders down and back. 2 more. Last one, hold it here. Hold it and pulse. 10, 9, 8. Focus on that front leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. That leg is burning. All right, big, huge step back, finding that stretch. From here, both hands come to the ground for a second, finding a runner's lunge. And then from here, the opposite hand is gonna stay grounded. You're gonna lift that right arm up, twisting towards the right. So you're twisting towards that knee, opening up, taking a nice stretch. Checking in with those shoulders, making sure the shoulders are away from the ears, lengthening energetically up through those fingers, through the back heel. One more breath. Bring that hand down. Step that foot back. Find your downward facing dog. If you need to find a child's pose, feel free. Again, wiggle it out. Walk the dog. Whatever feels good here. Take a breath or two in the center, enjoying that stretch. Again, you can always find that child's pose for a second if you need it. Taking your time. All right, we have to do that other side here. So when you're ready, find your downward dog if you haven't, if you're not there yet. So finding that downward dog. Now the left leg comes up, bend the knee, open the hip, and taking that nice side body stretch. Again, you could feel this in so many places. The hip, the quadricep, the hip flexor, the back maybe. Again, if this is not working for you, both feet down, downward facing dog. I totally get it. Sometimes yoga is not your jam if Pilates is more your thing, but we're infusing a little bit of both here. From here, bring it back to the center. Lift that foot up if you are having both feet down. Step that left foot through and take a lunge here. Whew. Wow. Get your heart rate up. All right, from here, core is nice and strong. Again, we're gonna put all of our weight into that front leg and we're gonna step it forward. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You step it forward. Now lunge it back here. You step it back and up again. This time the back leg does not need to be straight. That can be pretty challenging on your flexibility. So if you do not have that flexibility, do not even worry about it. I don't even have that flexibility. Whew. But from here, you're always making sure the knee is staying over the toe. You're not death gripping those toes. Again, doing what feels good with your breath. If that's exhaling on the way down or on the way up, just making sure it's consistent. Core is engaged here, doing what feels good with those arms. Stabilizing that knee. Shoulders and hips are squared to the wall in front of you. 3, 2 more. Last one, hold it here. Pulse it out. Weight in that front heel. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Whew. Wow. Step that foot really far back, finding that nice deep lunge. Back leg is straight. Lower those hands down. Take that runner's lunge for a second. Now, opposite hand, so my right hand is down, left hand comes up. I twist towards the left. Taking a breath here. We're gonna take a quick second. We're done with those legs now. We are done with the legs. I know they can be a lot. Gazing up towards that top hand if you can. Shoulders out of your ears, energetic through the fingers, to the back heel. Maybe let those hips sink a little more. One more breath. From here, hand comes down, step it back, downward dog. If there's any last minutes you need in your downward dog, you can take it. Otherwise, knees come down, find a nice child's pose. Whoo, you earned it. Big inhales and exhales. Letting yourself melt into the mat a little bit here. All right, we have done a lot of leg work so far. Hopefully your arms are feeling it too if you're moving your arms with me. But we are going to get into our abs a little deeper here. So when you are ready, roll yourself up nice and slow. We are going to swing our legs in front of us. And we're going to get into our core a little bit more. So from here, you are going to sit up nice and tall. So you might need to move the fleshy part of your booty. And then you're gonna have your heels digging down into the mat. Toes are reaching up. We're gonna do some roll downs here, which are always a good test to make sure your core is working as it should be. So from here, inhaling nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown. From here, you're scooping your belly and you're rolling yourself back one bone at a time, all the way down as slowly and controlled as possible. From here, taking an inhale at the bottom, I want you to flatten your low back to the mat, and then exhale, scoop your belly, roll it up, one bone at a time. Reaching all the way up and over this time towards those toes, getting a little stretch through the backs of the legs. Inhale, stack your spine up tall, shoulders back, scoop and roll it down. So rolling and pulling that belly in towards your spine as deep as you possibly can. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, roll it back up. Now, again, this is always a really good judge of if you are engaging your core properly. So if you are having trouble with this, I highly, highly recommend you check out the Find Your Core workshop. I'll link it down below so you can make sure you are engaging your core as tightly as possible. Breathing through it, reaching those fingertips forward. Inhale, stack your spine. Exhale, scoop, roll it back. This is the hard part, right? Where you find that kind of waistband of your pants is the sticky part, and that's where you need to engage your core just a little bit more. And that Find Your Core workshop can help you draw it in a little bit deeper as you get that sticky spot on the way up. Inhale, stack your spine, and then roll it back up. Pilates is all about integrity of those movements. We don't want to flail around while we're doing our movements. So that Find Your Core workshop is great to help you really engage your core. Make sure you're doing those exercises properly. So again, I'll link it down below for you. From here, we're going into our 5 series. We're going to start with our double leg stretch. If you need to lower your head at any time, feel free to lower your head here today. Otherwise, keep it up the whole time with me, and I'll give you modifications as we're going through it. So from here, legs are going to come up. We are really warmed up after all that, so we're going straight into it today. So from here, you're going to lift yourself up. Hands come above those knees. You're going to reach the arms and the legs out in opposition. Scoop your belly a little deeper in, and then circle those arms around as you pull those knees back in. So inhale, reach away. Circle, pull back in. Inhale, reach away. Circle, come back in. You've got this. Breathe through it. Again, you can always lower the head here. You'll still get that low ab work, that deep core work. 2 more. Last one, hold it in. Single leg stretch. Right knee comes in, left leg extends out. Belly pulling in deeper here, and switch. Exhaling as that knee comes in. You've got this. Breathe through it. Lengthen through those legs. Again, you can always lower the head. If you need a rest or for the whole thing, you will get there in time, or maybe you just need a rest today. Always an option. 2 more on each side. We're going right into our crisscross right here. Hands come behind your head. You twist towards that knee this time and switch. Breathing through it, taking your time. It's not like a bicycle crunch in the gym. It's controlled, it's fluid. Remember, with integrity. 3 more on each side. We'll take a rest after this. 2, belly flattening deeper. 1 more each side. And rest. Whew. All right, if your neck needs a rest, this is a really good time to take it or keep it down completely. We're going into our double straight leg stretch. So our leg lowers here. So from here, if you're gonna keep your head down, arms can be long by your side. Legs are gonna come straight up to the sky. If you want a little more, hands can come behind your head and you can lift up, or you can extend those arms nice and long. This is what I'm gonna do today. From here, legs are straight, you're gonna lower it down, lift it up just for 10. I know these are hard. You can do it. Belly is flattening. So when your legs lower, your belly pulls down deeper. You can do it again. This is always an option here. Do it with integrity. 2. Last one. Keep those legs up. Grab behind the right thigh. Left leg lowers down. We're going to do a little pulse. Pulse to stretch. Switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. So our scissors. Little exhale, exhale, switch. Exhale, exhale. Inhale to switch. Try and keep those hips steady. Neck is long. Again, you can always lower the head. Trust me, this is hard down here too. I'm still feeling it. 2. 1 more each side. And rest. Ooh, we get a little stretch. You totally deserve it after all that. Core is on fire. Those legs are toasted. We got a little bit more upper body and we're done. You can totally do this. From here, arms are gonna come out to a T shape. We're gonna bring those knees in, let them drop to one side, gaze to the opposite direction. Enjoying a nice spinal twist here. Maybe using that hand to help get you a little deeper. Big inhales, long exhales. Coming back through the center, dropping to the other side. Again, gazing in the opposite direction. Taking some breaths here, enjoying that rest. We can't work hard without proper rest. So making sure we give ourselves plenty of rest as we need it. Bring it back through the center. Give those knees a little squeeze in towards the chest. Rocking a little side to side. And then we are going to roll onto our belly. So from here, rolling onto our belly, we're going to get into some back extension work, some push-ups, and then we're done. All right. So rolling right over to your belly. I'm just going to turn this way so you can see a little bit better here. From here, we're going to lay on our belly, let our nose just hover off the mat, and extend our arms right back behind me. This is one of my favorite ways to do back extension because you can really open up through the chest here. So palms are facing down. And what I want you to do is try and relax your legs as much as possible. If they lift a little, that's okay, but focus more on that upper body. Those legs are probably pretty toasted. So from here, crown of the head is reaching forward. You're gonna reach those arms and hover them off the mat. You're gonna reach the arms back just farther, open up through the chest, rolling the shoulders back and then down. Roll it back and down. I like to inhale as I lift, thinking about length through my fingers, through the crown of the head, and then exhaling to relax down. But whatever feels good for you, just make sure it's consistent. Make sure it feels good in your body. Your core is still engaged here. Rolling those shoulders back. That's the key. Opening up through the chest. Again, focusing on that upper back here. Last one. And down for a second. You can stack one hand on top of the other. Just take a little rest. Whew. All right, breaststroke is next. If that does not feel good for your shoulders or your neck at all, feel free to do another round of those back extensions that we just did. Otherwise, those arms are going to reach in front of you here. Again, this can be a little much on the shoulders. So if that's the case for you, just go back to the last round. We'll do another round of those. So arms are reaching in front. They don't have to be super narrow. That won't feel good. About as wide as your mat. You're going to lift up. You're going to circle the arms back. Bend the elbows. Reach those arms forward. So as you circle the arms back, you lift a little higher, reach it forward. I like to exhale on this one when I lift, but again, you can keep whatever breath feels good for you. I'm not a stickler for breath, so whatever feels good in your body. Maybe getting a little higher each and every time. 3, 2, last one. And down. Stack those hands. Let your head rest to the opposite side. Woo. All right. Very last exercise. I always save it for the last time. Is push-ups. 10 push-ups to finish. And then we get to stretch one more time. I am so proud of you. Showing up is the hardest part. Do not quit on me now. 10 push-ups. You can do them on your knees. You can do them on your toes. You can do them against a wall if you need to. We are doing Pilates style push-ups, which means military style, nice and narrow tricep style push-ups. So finding a beautiful plank first, no matter which variation you are choosing. Beautiful plank, either on your toes or down on your knees, lifting those feet. So again, you're not on the kneecap or up against the wall. From here, you lower it down, push it up, shoulders out of those ears, down, push it up. Here's those knee push-ups. Again, always an option. You are already halfway there. Come on, just 5. Core is strong. 4, 3, 2, last one. And down. Whew. Take a little bit wider of a child's pose here. So knees about as wide as your mat. Let those arms reach long in front of you. Let your forehead melt down into the mat and breathe. You earned it. You deserve it. Thank you so much for showing up with me today. Pressing play truly is the hardest part, but you're going to feel so good now that it's over. Keep the right hand where it is. Thread the left arm underneath for a little thread the needle. Feeling a nice stretch through the shoulders. Shoulders melting into the mat. One more breath. Coming back to the center, to the other side. Deep inhales, long exhales. Bringing it back. And then slowly walking those hands in, rolling yourself up. I am so proud of you. Thank you so much for showing up today. I will see you next time. Have a fantastic day.